Right, should we crack on?
He looks like the kind of bloke that Louis would hate.
Louis does hate him.
That does not narrow it down.
So, sorry, I'm quickly replying to this guy on Discord.
Who?
I was troubleshooting how to fix Kenku because it wasn't working, and I fixed it, and now I'm helping the guy had the same problem. Anyway, so last session, some stuff happened. It's been a while. You guys left the Mother Shade in her underground cavern, and you went out and done some shopping and some exploring. But before that could happen, Antoine Platisse turned up and fucked some shit up. He appeared in the bottom of the tavern whilst upstairs the party minus JAFF were beginning to do the handover of the two primordial scions to Tyrell and Fallon. And whilst JAFF was sitting downstairs keeping watch, materializing out of nowhere was Antoine Platisse. He asked you to have a conversation all together upstairs and appeared emerging from the shadows upstairs, where he, one by one, systematically spoke about the cause of you as people. Zarlok said he had a big nose, which I don't think he took very nicely. I think he's now got a bit of a grudge on Zarlok. But in doing so, he warned you to stop meddling. You guys didn't really take heed to his warning. But even someone like Fallon, who is an extremely powerful wizard in her own right, understood the nature of just how powerful this being was. He then left with you guys to go do what you needed to do. Cyrell and Fallon took the kids, and you guys went on a little shopping spree. You bought a bunch of stuff. Jeff got a tattoo. Zarlok bought a portable hole. GILDOR went on a information gathering mission and has actually learned a few things. Do you mind saying what you learned? Because I don't want to accidentally reveal more than what you have. I don't remember exactly the limits of what you got from that conversation.
I went down to the docks where they shipped the steel in and out and spoke to one of the guys we came in with, and essentially he basically said, this ships... Wait, let me read from my notes. He brought up House Doresh, which is the first time we've really heard that. They specifically deal with the shipments of steel. There are underforges in Innermount, that's where they go to. I also have written down here House Velin as well. I also have written a single bullet point called the Gilded Fountain. I can't remember why I did that. And also I've written down that the records of, that was it. The records of what was being shipped from like Emberfield and stuff is way less than what was actually being shipped to Northspire.
So yeah,
we know really.
House Doresh are the ones that protect said shipments, and House Velin are the ones that are the trade policy writers of. So the House Velin are the ones that would have all of the documentation, and you know they're the ones that are underwriting what you know. And House Doresh are the ones that are actually doing the actual transporting and the protection of the cargo. I believe you also learned about one of House Doresh's children, who I think why you've written, what location did you write down again, sorry? Was it the Gilded?
The Gilded Fountain.
The Gilded Fountain is somewhere that he is known to hang around. And whilst this was going on, Yeg was dropping some absolute mad riz with Tazira. You went and sent a letter quickly to Otis Carson back in Timberwatch about his current proposition he's been given to by the owner of the Nested Nook of a place that will buy his book, and then went to go to the arts district of Midspire, and basically dropped some game on Tazira, who was there waiting for him. And they actually got invited to be part after performing in the gardens outside the Golden Lyre Amphitheatre, the Golden Lyre College, which is like a musical university.
Bronze Lyre.
The Bronze Lyre, sorry, the Bronze Lyre. was approached by the leader, Desmond Weller, who said that he was looking for people to perform at the wedding and that these two would be perfect. And Zero just went off to a wine bar asking you to meet her at some point later. And that was where we ended up as you all came together, just sort of on the steps beneath the Artisan's Crown, post-tattooing, post-information gathering, and post-flirting.
What? So we've met up now.
You've all met up
Damn
literally
straight.
about a 30-second walk from where you just were, which was the Artisan's Crown district. You are basically, if I pull the map over,
It's hard to miss Zarlok, to be fair.
you are basically here-ish altogether.
I immediately share what I learned about the steel shipments with the crew, and yeah, guys, I mean, it sounds like if the steel is being managed by those families, then I don't imagine the Shadow Glass is that further away, or that could be a strong lead to follow up on. It's just now. How many days do we have till the wedding? 9 or 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have 9 days to the wedding.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I don't have anything to add, really.
Well,
We
I'm
can
gonna
have
give
go on.
everyone, I'm gonna give everyone their shit. So I'm gonna give Yeg his shield amulet, and I'm gonna give Gil his scroll of teleportation circle. So you two have them now, and I don't have to remember that I have them.
Action, my friend.
Right, let's not deliberate long about it. We're either going to Skarnus and then coming back the day before the wedding, or we stay here and we sweep this place, every nook and cranny. We deal with the wedding and then we go to Skarnus. It's one or the other.
Okay.
Well, what? Just quickly, base level question: what is our mode of transport to Skarnus? What did Cyril
foot.
directly give us? Cyril gave us something, right?
I have a scroll of teleportation circle, and I have a stone of teleporting that has like one use, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, so you can go anywhere that you know of. So it's more of a way back than a way anywhere else.
Like that, yeah.
Okay. So we can. Okay.
And if when we're in Scarlet, I drop the teleportation circle on the floor, we'll be able to come back to literally where we just was. So we wouldn't have to make the journey all over again, if you see what I mean.
I
Right.
believe that Skarnus would be a hoot because it's a bit of a survival challenge. I also.
What are we going to Skarnus to do again?
Liberate.
dad up!
Yeah.
That's part of it, yeah.
Are we going to get Ragrim? Because we don't actually know where Ragrim is my only, like...
Well, we were going to Skarnus because the last time the conclusion we kind of came to was that here we still don't know when the wedding comes what we're actually going to do to affect it. Whereas if we go to Skarnus, we can liberate the Skycarvers, cause disarray. Whether that guy's there or not, we can at least get some sort of impact going in Skarnus like we did in Zahith and the Shadowfell. Whereas here, I know we could gather information, and I still don't think we'd be making a bad choice if we stayed here. I think we'd make a good choice either way. It's just, I don't know when we get to, like, I know Yeg has become friendly with this girl and we might have an inn and stuff like that. So we definitely can.
It's an in
maybe
for just me.
it's an inn for just you. I totally agree with that. But I mean, like, when we had to get in there, and I wasn't joking then, and I'm not joking now, apart from fireballing the ceremony, causing disarray and delaying the wedding, I don't know.
Well, and look, I just want to say I'm fully down with going to Skarnus. The only thing I'll say is the alternative gathering some information and potentially trying to kill Antoine before the wedding starts is the only thing in my head where I'm like, well,
So
opposition to fireballing the wedding might be just stopping the wedding from being possible to happen.
That
you know what
is
I mean?
actually a good shout. Rather than waiting till the wedding for something to occur, we can do the deed prior, which would mean staying or coming back.
But then also,
a little
like,
earlier.
I can't. I mean, are we going to be able to get in there before the wedding? It's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. I think either way. So if you think the greater impact will come when we go to Skarnus, and then we come back for the wedding and just, I mean, hopefully have formed some kind of plan by then I'm also fine with that.
I don't love the idea of going to Skarnus, coming back here, and then going back to Skarnus again. I think it's a bit messy, and in an ideal world, we just go to Skarnus. Like, we just finish what we're doing here and then go to Skarnus, because when we're in Skarnus, it's going to be fucking treacherous. And
well, it's a lot bigger than Azureth.
There's no like settlements. Like, we can't chill there. It's pretty much like on your toes throughout the entire time we're there.
Also, that's a good point, because if we teleport back here and we're fucked, like we're on, I don't know, fucking death's door, like we're hardly teleporting back in spick-span condition. Like, we're not coming from a long rest in Zahith. We're coming from fucking Badlands of Skarnus.
Yeah, but we can find a tavern and sleep it off, can't we?
Is there some kind of roll I can make to discern, like,
Augury?
Yeah, could augury it.
Or that divine thing that you want.
Divination, yeah, but my divination, I'm not casting this, it's just putting the text in the chat.
Yeah.
It's more like asking a question about the goal, event, or activity, as it says. So I could probably gain information about the wedding, but I don't know what I would even begin to ask.
You could, well, I don't know. You could ask like where he'll be, where he'll stand, where, so we can kind of work out positionally where it might be good.
You could get an augury just on going to Skarnus, let's just say, or staying here and get like a vibe check on it, and then that may inform us for a kind of divination question after that, where we're like, well, okay, if this seems like the better option, then like our goal is this, so what would help us achieve that kind of thing?
I'm going to start ritual casting augury, and my the specific course of action that I plan to take is I ask, we're going to stay here instead of going to Skarnus, and we investigate this place top to bottom for the wedding.
Okay. I'm going to be honest, I don't love this spell. I don't love the restriction of that I can only give will, woe, whelan, woe, or nothing. So I'm going to just interpret it as more of a vibe rather than giving you one of those as an answer.
Yeah.
The vibe you get from, so just exactly phrase me the question just once more, just so I'm 100% sure of exactly what you're asking.
Seeing as it's saying, like, what is the action? Like, I'm proposing the action we might take. So I'm saying we're going to stay in Northspire instead of going to Skarnus and investigate Northspire top to bottom in spite of the wedding, basically, like before, in the period leading up to the wedding.
I think from asking that question, the major vibe you get is that both courses of action have their positives, and you feel like the more information you can gather in Northspire, the better. But you also get the vibe that how much would you learn in the difference between what you would learn in 3 days and 9 days is not massively different. Even the difference you might learn in 2 days and 5 days, like there is only so much information that you can learn here, but there is information to be found here.
Yeah, I agree. So I didn't word it very well beforehand, but that's what I was kind of like alluding to with like the fireball scenario.
I see.
Everything here is surrounded in so much shadow that we can't even pierce into. Like, staying here chasing loose ends. Even if we go to Skarnus and we teleport back with 2 days before the wedding, and we literally fucking split up on a 4-man job and blitz it and literally go from top to bottom.
That would literally be, we could have upwards of like 36 hours worth of research if we really wanted to.
Well, okay, so Scarnus is looking likely then. What kind of divination question do we want to ask for Scarnus?
I don't know if there is really. I think our better play, in my mind, is to head up to Stone Hollow Fortress, where that guy, Auric, he knows a lot of information. Someone told us, I think it was you guys told me, he has some information about, like, especially as well, the dwarves were fleeing Scarnus through the Greystone Forest in through Stone Hollow, and I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong with this, Jan, but that's where they're being held. So
yeah, Stone Hollow is currently where the dwarves, the major forces of the shield dwarves that used to live in Scarnus currently reside.
That to me sounds like a treasure trove of information before we've even stepped foot in the country. So
I like the sound of that.
Fucking a million miles an hour towards Stone Hollow, I guess, is our first port of call there.
Ahead.
Think so. Let's fucking do it.
All right. Make case. Anyone who wishes to make a survival check for me.
Ooh. Why don't you want to? What we do?
Anyone that wants to can.
Fucking Yag.
As a man who has travelled a lot of the world in his time alive, just from looking at your uncle's maps and understanding just distances, you realise that to walk from here to Stone Hollow Fortress will take, close to 4 days, but you could just all get a horse each and probably be there in, it's probably like the midday now. You have to rest once along the way, and then you get there, probably mid-afternoon the next day.
We can get horses or a carriage or something. Yeah,
I'm going to buy us horses and get us there.
I think it's worth it. I mean, it'd be like literally half a day's travel. Wait, did you say half? No, rest once, right? So
rest once. So you'd probably go as much as you could tonight. You'd get past the crossroads between Dawnhaven, Timberwatch, and the base, and then you'd rest up somewhere at a roadside tavern, etc., or in the woods, or whatever you want to do. And then by the next afternoon, you'll be at the fortress.
Yeah, I think, guys, that's. Let's lock that shit down. Let's get some horses and let's go.
Let's do it.
Right, let's find some horses.
I will just ask a quick question. Just from your common knowledge, you think your best place to get horses would be in Low Spire, or even in the foothold. Do you plan to just walk through the gates towards there, or would you take a more slower cryptic route through Inner Mount to get to where you need to get to?
When you say slower, how much slower are we talking?
Not much, but it's an extra hour or two. It's an extra hour to go through Inner Mount rather than just go straight down. You're going the scenic route.
The only thing is, we wouldn't come in through the front gate, so surely going out wouldn't be a good idea either.
Well, I suppose the assumption would be if you're in, you can be allowed out.
Well, yeah, but the whole point was we didn't want to get recognised on our way in. So
and if we get caught, it's not like we can buy horses under duress. Do you know what I mean? Like we're like in GTA when you can't teleport when you got the police on you, sort of thing. Like you need.
Yeah, all right. Let's take the scenic route. Let's make sure we aren't seen. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Cool. So you find one of the tunnels.
I'm not going to be able to see Tazira. That's Pete. Sorry, Tazira.
Why don't you leave her a message or something? Why don't you?
All I know is, well, I suppose we're still in the artisans' fucking area.
She's only like down the road. If you want to roll over to that wine bar.
Yeah, I'll run over and I'll apologise.
So you run in. She's just at the bar. She's like, "Oh, I just got us a bottle. It's a nice it's a nice Duskmorian red. Are you fancy a glass?"
I can't. Do you know how much it pains me to say that? Like, it actually does. No, we've got to go. We've got a big thing. I'll be back before the wedding. Let's just say we're doing it. You and me, let's do this shit.
She's like, okay.
How much was the wine? I'll split it with you and I'll give her half.
Oh, no, it's fine. Please don't.
All right,
don't
then
stress.
I won't. I'm not stressed. I'm leaving.
Okay, I'll work on an accompaniment and I'll
Yeah.
write some sheet music. And she
Yes,
goes
yes,
running
yes.
out the door.
I support
She's
you. I
like,
support you.
Solos, or I'll work on it. Don't worry. And then you run off back to the guys and you start your journey through. After about half an hour or so, you make it through the tunnels and you emerge. Are you aiming for low spy or the footholds?
Footholds, I think.
I think that.
Cool. You end up out the footholds and let me just put up the footholds map. You end up just out of this shrine to Azuran, and just from walking around the area and sort of you know the lay of the land fairly well now. You know your best bet is probably to go towards Old Riverbend to find some horses. So you head over there, and there is a elderly lady and her like fairly young son, who probably 15 maybe, who is tending a small set of stables.
Good day.
Good day. How are you all faring? Are you here to inquire about some of my horses?
Yeah, 100%. We would love. How many are there? 4. One each? Is that reasonable?
Yes. We have 4. We have more than horses. To be fair, we can. What would you like? We have some speedier.
I was just about to say, ones that can like really put some distance.
Well, they would usually go for 75 gold apiece, but for 4, I think we can do 250 gold each. If it's a total, sorry.
Total, yeah, I can do that. 200 again.
250.
250. Bang on. I'll give you that right now. Do we need to? We'll return them at some point.
Eat.
No, total.
Total.
Come on, Jack.
Okay.
Get with
She
it.
just walked Yeg up from 75 each to 250 each and just went, yeah.
Perfect. She takes over. She counts the coin, takes it over, and says, "My son will fit them all with saddles and horse tack, and we're throwing a few apples to feed him with on the journey as well. My sister runs the orchard back in the Dawnsfields, you see."
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, she saddles up the horses. There is a beautiful white mare. There is a chestnut brown. There is a much deeper, darker brown. There is a pure black one as well. So you can all take your picks of which horse you fancy and give it a name if you want to as well.
Oh, damn straight. What's everyone feeling?
Can I have the white one? Because I've got white hair.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Zarlok, what do you want, mate?
Say that again.
What horse do you want? What?
Don't really have a choice.
Well, you got some choice. Listen, whatever.
Pick for me.
Right, fucking Gil, what do you want, mate?
I will have. Sorry, were the colours named? Were they or?
There was a black horse, a chestnut brown, and a darker, almost oak-coloured brown.
Ooh,
The oak brown one has flecks of white in its mane as well.
I'll have that one. The last one. That sounds.
I'll go for old chestnut, and Zarlok can have jet black.
Zarlok, you have the pure black. I think the pure black horse is probably the best one for Zarlok. It's by far the biggest. And
There we go. Love that.
It goes with my skin complexion quite well as well.
It's probably the only one that can carry you.
Yeah, and whilst
Imagine I had the smallest one.
whilst the egg
That
is
would
sort
be
of
jokes.
bartering with the lady, I would like to be just back to back to him and just head on a swivel. General perception check, make sure we're not being followed or watched specifically by the Thieves Guild or any kind of guards, any shit like that. Basically,
Make a perception check for me.
fuck off, Gil.
It's quiet around Old Riverbend, and barring the slight breeze whistling in the trees, you don't really hear or see much of consequence.
Zarlok's going to see this pussy hole looking around, and he's going to be like, "What the fuck? What's he looking for?" And then he's also going to look around.
I'll say you can do the help actually if you want to let him roll again.
Yeah, I think it'd be fucking right.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, disgusting.
Wow.
On the nat 20 perception check. Yeah, I know, I will. Believe me, I will. On the nat 20 perception check, so the stables is not too far from Tarnbrew Distillery. Literally the other side of the road of the distillery, and you're looking around and you see a figure looking through the windows of a distillery wearing grey, like a grey sort of like shawl and cowl over his head, and just for a flash you see him and then he ducks back behind one of the machines, but you got the glimpse of him just moving his head, and that was enough for you to realise that someone has got an eye on you.
Okay.
We go fuck him up.
Would I be able to recognise the sort of body shape and height of Talus himself, or?
It was definitely bigger than Talus. It was not a halfling man. It was a medium-sized humanoid, we'll say.
As I'm not gonna sort of physically alert that I have seen that sort of to them. Nothing in my demeanour will change, but I'll gently rotate my shoulders and say, "Boys, in the brewery, someone from the Grey Lanterns is watching us."
Zarlok's gonna turn and fucking sprint towards the fucking brewery. Get out. He's just full get out sprinting at this fucking boat.
I'm gonna name my horse Sander. Where the fuck is Zarlok going?
I'm gonna go with him, but I'm gonna run straight out the window that Gil said he was looking out of.
Okay, so you run towards the window, Zarlok, you run towards the front door.
I'm just running straight. Fuck it, I'm running towards the window. I'm going through it.
Come on, Zarlok, let's go.
Are you diving through the window?
I'm fucking shoulder through the.
All right, give me a athletics check for me.
What I want, Zarlok, is that we dive through the window and then come up back to back with each other, ready.
Roll one as well. JAFF. So Zarlok, you dive through the window and it's not the biggest window, so your shoulders are pretty much the width of the window. So your head goes through and your shoulders just get stuck in the window. But JAFF is running too fast to stop. So as he's running to jump through the same window you jump through, he just lands and he sort of wedges himself in between your hip and the side of the window, and you're two are now stuck in the window. And looking through into the scenery, you see the Grey Lantern, who, as the window shatters, is sort of alarmed and jumps back and falls back into one of the big brewing canisters that is in there. He's like, What the fuck are you two doing?
I'm gonna make him think that I'm really crazy and I did that on purpose, and this was meant to happen.
roll intimidation for me.
Can I give him the help action?
I will say roll again. Roll two. So roll another one as well.
I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs.
As you do that, he falls back further. And in doing so, the big canister that was basically he starts to topple onto him, and he tries. Let's roll a dexterity save for him. He's a rogue, so he gets a +5 to this. He manages to jump out of the way as the canister just flies down and rattles into the floor next to him. He's like, right, I don't mean any harm. I was just here doing stuff. We were clearing out Talus's stuff, and I saw you guys, and I thought I'd report. This wasn't. Nothing bad is going on here. I promise.
I'm just gonna fucking push as hard as I can and try and get out of this fucking square.
Wait. No, I'm gonna use my ghost step tattoo, and I'm just gonna walk straight through the wall and unstick Zarlok.
You go through the wall, Zarlok. You can then just pull yourself out basically, and the two of you are now inside the brewery, and he just saw you become incorporeal and just basically phase through the wall. That alongside Zarlok screaming, he is now shitting himself basically.
Zarlok's gonna pull out the fucking hole and lob it at his feet.
Let me just double check exactly how it works.
What's it called again, Fred?
Oh.
Portable hole. I need to know how this works.
Imagine this bloke's just on the Imagine this bloke is literally just doing his job. All of a sudden, the window gets smashed in. 2 crazy people start laughing. All of a sudden, one of them walks through the wall, and now you fall into a fucking 10-foot black hole.
You just fall into the shadow realm immediately.
So yeah, the hole is thrown at his feet, and he's like, it's almost very Looney Tunes-esque, where he's standing above nothing. He looks left, he looks right, and he begins to fall. And he falls about 10 feet before he thuds, and he's like, you can see the top of his hands, like clambering, trying to put himself back outside of the hole. What do? You see him trying to climb out the hole.
I'm going to run over. That's what Zarlok's face is going to be like as he looks into the hole. Then into the chat. And then and then I'm going to run and belly slide and then grab his hands like Scar from The Lion King.
Good luck. Good luck to Finn editing that bit. Into this.
He belly slide over and grab his hands like Scar in The Lion King. And he says, listen, please, like, I'm not a bad person, I promise. I was just doing my job. Like, don't leave me in this hole. What even is this hole?
Can I be seeing this? I'm now running over, and can I send a message to Zarlok and say, ask him who sent him before you fucking kill him?
Who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you?
He's like,
Who sent you?
I was asked by Velis to just we've come to collect on Talis's debt. He couldn't pay back, so we're taking back everything. And I'm just here to give you a scoping out and see how much everything here is worth, and make sure that the collateral is enough.
Where are your notes? Where are your notes?
I don't have any notes. I only got here 2 minutes ago.
Give us all your gold. We want your gold. Give us your and your clothes and your pants.
Please.
Twerk right now, twerk.
He starts twerking inside.
You also now realise that this hole is in the exact same place that Talis pissed himself, and you see liquid starting to fill the bottom of the hole. And you realise that in the space of like 5 days, 2 grown men have pissed themselves in this exact same spot.
Oh fuck! Does that mean I've
Give
got
us your
4
clothes.
full of
We
piss
want
as
your
well?
clothes.
Well, let me out, and I guess.
Fuck! I'm gonna grab him and then yank him up.
You grab him and you yank him out, and there is a big stain of urine in his crotch area, and he's just shuddering and shaking. And he pulls out his money bag of 13 gold pieces and 9 silver pieces. And is like, please just take it.
Is he? Can we tell if he's lying or not?
Make an insight check. With advantage again after all that intimidation.
Good shout. Good
As he's
shout.
making that insight check, I'm going to fly through the window.
Zarlok, this is a broken man who is shit scared of you. He is clearly just a fucking lackey for the Grey Lanterns, just here to do a job. Caught you for a second and is now absolutely regretting looking out that window. He is not lying one bit.
Oh, that is so amazing. This is honestly probably the most traumatic thing that's ever happened.
I was going to say, I misjudge how high the window up is, and I have to get a boost up from Yeg. I'm not standing on his. He gives me a knee up, and I fall for the window. Well, it's a fucking bum. We've got 9 days till the wedding, and we've got to fucking leave.
I think I'll be after helping Gil into the window. I'm just gonna walk back to the horses. I'm gonna give the woman 2 more gold. I'm be like, just forget this happened, okay? Just for me. Just forget.
I'm gonna go to this fucking bloke.
This is the most fun I've had in years.
I'm gonna go to this bloke. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Around the eyes. Around the eyes. Look into my eyes. You're under. You did not know we were. Knock him out.
Make an attack roll.
Oh God.
That will definitely hit.
With the brass knuckles.
Just so he definitely forgets.
You literally clock him in the temple, like just above his jaw. A tooth flies out. He lands on the floor, crumpled over, passed out in his own piss.
Gee whiz.
I'm gonna while like passed out, I'm gonna get my portable hole and collect some of the piss on the floor, so it's like at the bottom of the hole, and then fold it back up and then put it in my pocket.
You do that completely fine. Make a dexterity check just to not get any piss on your hands.
Oh, hang on, I don't want any advantage.
That one would be perfect here.
You skillfully avoid the piss, and you manage to catch a nice little pool of piss at the bottom of your portable hole. You fold it up, and you are ready to carry on your journey.
Sweet. I'm gonna go back over and get on that black horse.
Right, let's go. Right.
Cool. So you get on your horses. Jesus Christ.
What's this happened?
That's the level of unpredictability I wanted a few sessions ago, so thank you for that.
You begin riding northeastbound towards Stone Hollow Fortress. You ride for maybe 5 hours before the sun begins to slowly set. And as you get to the crossroads, just beyond the crossroads, there is a small roadside tavern that you are welcome to stay at, or you're also welcome to continue going further on into the evening and camp out somewhere slightly more au natural.
What are we feeling, boys? Are we camping out? We haven't camped out in a while.
I was going to say the same. We haven't camped out in a while. Let's keep going. I would like to get as much ground under our feet as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should camp out. So let's keep moving.
Okay, you continue going past as the sun begins to get low in the sky. Mate, as the light begins to fade, it's not like pitch black, but it's getting darker. I would say, make a group survival check for me at the moment, just to keep yourself oriented in the dark.
Right.
Yeah, brother. Oh, guys.
Oh, my fault, was it?
No. Everyone except me.
So, luckily, Yeg leading the charge managed to keep you guys oriented. There are points where the three of you are almost going off-road towards the coastline, and Yeg gives you guys a quick little whistle and gets you back on track.
Dude, me and Sandero. Yeah. Best horse.
You get close to Ironmount Base. What is the plan? Are you going to rest before? Do you want to go through, or do you want to go around and rest afterwards?
I think we... okay. I think we should camp before. I think it'd be... Although, do you think there'd be less goings on at night, or do you think there'll be more?
Will the cover of darkness help
It
us?
does. Well, you'd like to think so. It usually means you can sneak round, right? So we could go round and camp.
Is there a need to sneak through? Why do we need to sneak through?
Well,
It's like a government base,
and
basically.
Platisse being the leader would be looking for people of our description.
Make anyone that wishes to make a history check for me.
Oh, fuck it.
I would absolutely love to.
Yeg's not doing too bad today. He's had his fucking morning coffee.
Shit today.
It's because he didn't have that red wine that Tazera offered him.
Yeah, as you're leading the line, you shout back to everyone, and you start to give a brief description of Ironmount Base to the rest of the group. You were reading in some journals and some, in essence, medieval news articles that Ironmount Base was basically a recently built base in Azureth. It was something actually that was championed by Antoine Platisse.
Okay.
Now, the official reason for it was just to strengthen the northern regions of Azureth and to provide aid to the dwarves in Stone Hollow Fortress. But some thinkers and some scholars, they posit the idea that actually it's to act as a buffer to, in a sense, keep the dwarves, the shield dwarves of Stone Hollow Fortress isolated, and to make sure that if they ever were to try and march downwards, they couldn't. And also, if there's ever a need where the shield dwarves are no longer needed, there is strong military presence that would push them either into the forest to back into Skarnus or defeat them within their own fortress.
That's so fucked. Okay. That is just fucking hell. Okay, yeah, wonderful. Right, so basically, guys, we want to avoid it. Unless we want to fuck shit up. You know what I mean? I'm tired, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's wise to start a fight before we've even got there.
Yeah,
I think
you're
we'll either
right,
go
you're
around or we rest now and go round.
I think, yeah, I agree. As in, we go round and rest and ignore it, basically.
Should we find like a clearing in the woods here? Right?
Yeah.
I'm yawning now, I'm knackered.
Canal Gill.
All right, so you're looking to go round it throughout the night, yeah?
Yeah, indeed.
Cool. So I'm going to need survival checks with disadvantage as you come off the beaten road in the middle of the night on your horses.
Here we go. This is where it all goes wrong.
It's pretty good.
Oh wait, with advantage.
With disadvantage.
Right, wasn't much worse.
Zarlok. Fred.
He's fallen asleep on
Apologies.
the horse.
Sorry, I've not actually fallen asleep.
Oh, no worries. Can I get a survival check with disadvantage? It takes longer than it should do. There's a couple of times where you take the wrong turn. Also times where you actually get a bit too close for comfort to the actual base and you realise that any torchlight that you guys are shining may be visible, but you just about manage to, in essence, take a wide berth around the base, going through the forest areas that are nearby, and you emerge past the base about 200 yards away from the road and about a quarter of a mile away from the base itself.
Not bad. Is there? Do we feel like this is safe enough to camp here? Do we think like no torchlight, maybe no campfires? Do we?
Yeah, you think keeping lights to a minimum to the morning is probably best. But you have a cold night's sleep, but it's definitely, you're far enough away from the path that, as long as you don't make any noise and any like fire, you won't have people running into you in the morning.
I think we do that then, boys. I think we just keep it quiet.
I'm happy to, if I go to bed first, I only have to trance for 4 hours and then I can take the rest of the night watching.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to do a shift of like an hour each and then I can just do the rest.
Cool. So
I'll do first shift. I'm happy to do first shift.
You guys will begin to have your long rest and your shift changes. I will just ask if there's any scenes anyone would like to have with anyone now. Just tell me. If not, we will just speed run to the morning.
I would like to, as I'd sort of gather up some dried leaves and a few logs, and as I'm conjuring a small firebolt in my hand to get the flames going,
no flames, brother.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well,
You can put that out, you son.
I'll stamp that out quickly. I turn to Zarlok and say, "Are you? How are you feeling, Zarlok? About when was the last time you were in Skarnus?"
To be honest, I don't really remember. I am. Zarlok's going to puff out his chest and like mog, and just say, "I'm shitting myself, but I did hear someone say fake it till you make it, so that's what I'm going to do." I'm very proud and appreciative that you feel comfortable enough to tell me that you're scared. I know there's a version of Zarlok that I have known before that would never have told me that. And all I ask is that, and all I want you to know is that I'm so exhausted from Northspire and all the secrets and the lies and the bullshit and the sort of mirrors held up against us that whatever happens in Skarnus, I don't care. I don't care if you want to go in there and kill everybody or if you want to spare your dad or you want to try and change. Whatever you want to do, I am in your corner. I just want to know before it happens, sort of thing. I don't want to be on a different page to you. complete transparency right now, I am going to fucking kill everyone.
Okay.
My father is going to die, and it's going to be in an extremely painful way. I have fought long and hard, and he's going to really fucking be in a lot of pain. Not even no second chances, just straight death.
I have absolutely no doubts that that is the truth. So, okay.
I cannot promise you that this. I would say the Zarlok that you will see there will be more like the Zarlok that you first met.
Okay. I get what you mean. But you've got to remember as well that that's just you basing that assumption off of, you've never been this Zarlok in Skarnus. You only ever was that Zarlok. So you've never been there with friends. You've never been there with people who actually care about you, not for how strong you are or can you best me in combat. I just care about you because you're you. So... we don't know. You don't know how you're going to react. You seem very confident, and I never have doubted you in the things you say. But who knows? We might surprise. You might surprise us. You might even surprise yourself.
I'm so confident that this can only go right. There is not a world where this goes wrong.
I actually wholeheartedly agree. Part of what was frustrating about North Spire was that we're literally the pillars of Azureth, and we couldn't sort of flex our muscles without causing a lot of chaos, and it was a bit difficult. So I look forward to being a little bit more loose, and
that was controlled chaos.
I like it. Right, well, I'm fucking knackered, so...
Same.
Yeah, so as you all head to bed, take your watches and get your long rest where you get all your spells, etc. back, you awake as the sun begins to crest over the horizon. Dawn breaks, and you are only a few hours' ride from Stonehollow Fortress. So you all mount up your array of horses, which perhaps you've named, perhaps you haven't. And you ride northwards for about 2 hours as you then reach the gates of Stonehollow Fortress. Now, Stonehollow Fortress is this massive keep that is slightly more dilapidated now. There are some crumbling walls. It's still fortified. There's a small moat going around the fortress, but it's since dried up. What was once a water is now, they just have like skewered sticks and like any just sort of debris that gets thrown in there just to make it a bit more uncomfortable. The walls are kind of like they were stone walls, but they're not the same beauty as the walls in like more nicer castles, for example at North Spire. They're crumbling. There's moss covering them. There's broken portions on the outer section. The inner sections are still quite stable, but the very outermost wall of the fortress is starting to crumble a little bit. There's a large central keep, which is like one very tall tower, and then its base sort of expands outwards with clearly something like barracks and some other like chambers. But this is very much going more towards keep than palace. This is a purely militaristic castle. It was not built to win any beauty awards. It is very much, this is a defensive region of Azureth. Standing at the front, there are 6 guards, all dwarven guards, in the colours of the shield dwarves. They are in these almost like crimson red colours. It's almost like they're all wearing like chainmail armour, plate armour. None of them really wear any sort of light armour, but they have cloaks and shawls going over the top that are this sort of red crimson colour with some slight gold trim. As you guys ride up, one of the guards says, halt. On what business do you seek entrance into the fortress?
Does anyone want to take lead or?
I guess. Well, I was going to say just the angle. I don't care who takes lead, but do we just say we're here to visit Auric?
I was just going to say, Auric, what's his second name? We have it in front of us, but I don't have it. Hammertoe, that's it, yeah. So
Yes.
I think we'll go with that angle. We're going with we know Auric. We're here to see Auric Hammertoe. We're buddies with him.
You're here to see Auric.
Yeah, we know him from way back. It's actually been, I mean, how long has it been, actually? Like, I don't know what the scale of time is right now.
Well,
Has it been weeks?
interesting. Auric Hammertoe, you say?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've heard him known by that name, but one moment.
Oh, okay.
He whispers off to one of the other guards who
I've got goosebumps.
runs off inside. A few minutes pass, and the guard returns and says, "We'll lead you into the outer bailey.
Oh, thank
Auric
you.
will be down imminently to speak to you all."
Much
And
appreciated.
they lead you in. Make an insight check for me, anyone that wishes to.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm on high alert. I'll definitely do that.
Fucking solid, boys.
Great
Solid.
rolls from the
Wow.
boys.
Yeah, we'll switch
That's
that.
all I've had all day.
Good rolls from all the boys.
Well done,
Well done, boys. There is not like a tension in the air. You can tell they don't get many visitors. You get that, but you understand that much at the very least. There was something about the mention of Auric that got a weird reaction from the guards. It was very layered, the way they thought about Auric, clearly. Clearly someone that they all knew, and is definitely someone that is well known in this area, but clearly someone whose opinions of are mixed. And as you are led into the outer bailey, you notice that although the guards are not like surrounding you, putting their spears at you, they haven't left. They are still close by, keeping just a watchful eye as they wait for Auric to come down. And you see coming up from sort of the upper level, there's like these wooden staircases that are going into the central part of the outer bailey. They come down from the level above, you see coming down. Auric Hammertoe, the ginger dwarf that you met all that time ago, JAFF and Yeg, you escaped prison with him. You done some jobs for Gregor. You guys went to Emberfield together, and just before you were setting sail to Rochelle, he left
Not long ago.
abruptly.
Oh my god.
He wrote you guys a nice little letter saying that he had things he had to sort out and he had to go and head home. And that was the last you saw him. And as he walks down, you can see on his face he wants to smile and embrace you, but there is a level of slight guilt and sadness on his face, and he's trying to not let it show. And as he comes down, he says, "YEGOR, JAFF, it's good to see you both, and I see you have brought some friends. How are you faring?"
I mean, for all intents and purposes, I think we're doing okay. There's still much work to be done. What about you? Are you doing okay?
It's been complex. I realised I never really got very into my life before meeting you guys, before we parted ways, and it's been a time of reflection, we'll say. But I'm afraid we don't have the most time to catch up. My father wishes to see you. He's the one that decides whether or not people can stay here, I guess. So
Sure.
I will advocate for you, of course, but if for you to stay here any longer, you need to speak to him.
Sure.
Come, follow me.
Thank you.
And the guards now leave you to it, and Auric has complete control of you as a party in terms of being in charge of you guys. And he climbs back up the outside staircase, entering into this keep, which on the inside is slightly nicer. It's definitely got a little bit more furnishings, but it is still very functional. There is all of the rooms almost look identical, and as you enter the first level, you know, as you go further into the center of the castle, there is like slightly more finery. There is some tapestries and some like nice curtains. And eventually you enter the nicest area, which is almost like a war room / council room. There's like a big steaming fireplace. There are there's like a deer head and a bear head and a wolf's head that have been cut off and brought up on the wall. Obviously, stuffed in taxidermies as trophies. And along this very long, very plain sort of thick oak table at the very end is an older dwarven man. Now, dwarves can live, you know, a few hundred years. This guy is, you know, like definitely middle-aged for a dwarf. He has like this thick, bushy ginger beard. His head is completely bald. There's a scar over his eye. And he sits there in, again, the same crimson armor, but it's much more detailed, much more finely embroidered. And as you guys enter, he stands up, and to his left, you see another ginger dwarf who is much similar in age to Auric. And as you guys enter, the younger dwarf says, "So, you are friends of my brother. I guess we need to have a conversation. Please, all of you sit." And he points to the thing.
I'll sit.
This is my father, Thrain. Sorry, you got that.
I love that. Sorry, I'm not laughing at your name.
That is my father, Thrain, and I am Auric.
Brilliant.
My father was the most creative with our names.
Clearly not.
All right.
Auric is my older brother, and it seems that you have had the unfortunate time of having to spend time with him.
What do you mean, Auric's
Be careful.
great?
Be careful. Be careful.
Well, you know him as Auric Hamato, so you know 1% of my brother. His real name is Auric Stonevein. My father, Thrain Stonevein, I, Thoric Stonevein. But alas, we're not here to discuss my brother's history. We're here to discern why you guys have ventured so far north.
Do we recognise that surname just quickly?
Stonevein,
Yeah.
make a history check.
I'll make one. Good one.
Boys.
Stonevein was, so back when the Shield Dwarves lived in Skarnus. Now, Skarnus has never ever had like a unified ruler. It is almost been like clan-esque that there have been different races that have lived separately, usually antagonistically against each other, and each race has governed itself through their own clan leaders and war chiefs and things like that. Now, the Shield Dwarves were the only collection of people that had any semblance of society and sort of realistic governance. And they were, again, very clan-based, but the clan who seemed to have the most ruling power, and the one that, at least in recent history, and definitely up until the invasion of the Dwergar, the one that were in charge was the clan Stonevein. And you realise that means that Auric is, in essence,
Like
would have been
yeah.
in line for the throne, in quotation marks, of the Shield Dwarves of Skarnus. and obviously his brother would have been next in line, and his father would have been the person in charge of that area.
Why was Auric in prison originally with you guys?
Did we learn that?
Good question.
Do we remember?
You did learn. Yeah, I remember, but basically what it was is he was caught trying to smuggle weaponry from the south into Stone Hollow Fortress, and there are strict rules that there is limits on how much arms can be kept in Stone Hollow Fortress with the dwarves, partly because the people of Northspire are worried that if they amass an army, what are they going to do if the army is already within your borders? It's slightly scary. He was trying to smuggle more weaponry to Stone Hollow Fortress and got caught doing so.
That's unfortunate. I mean, I have a pretty legit reason to be in prison, I have to say.
Rain, the older man, speaks up and says, don't let the squabbling of my sons give you any cause for concern. But yes, I do wish to know why you guys are here today. I'm interested to have guests, and if we can be of help, we shall, but I need to know your intentions first. My son vouches for you, so
yeah,
you get an audience, but that's all you get at the moment.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, we want to get into Skarnus.
Well, look, let's
That's the primary
upfront.
objective, yeah.
Let's just be upfront. We're going to Skarnus one way or the other. I feel like it's in your best interest that when we go to Skarnus, we can help out your guys' situation. Now, if you want to give us some information on the goings on in Skarnus so that we can help you, fine. If not, then look, you guys can stay here and fight your seemingly losing battle.
Make an insight check for me real quick, JAFF, after saying those words.
Insight. Bam!
Good roll. So as you say the words, we are going to Skarnus, you notice 3 very different reactions from the people in front of you. Looking at Auric, you see like a hope and a belief and a desperation to follow where you are going. Almost like it is something he has been trying to do for a while and needs to do. He is like, the moment he said it, like his eyes just lit up with wonder and like, oh my god. Thrain, the so-called king, he looks at you with calculation, almost sizing you up as you say that you're going in there, and looks at you as a group, and when he hears the words how you can help, has a softness in his eyes. And Thoric, hearing that, very much puffs his chest out a little bit, tries to make his 5'0" dwarven frame even bigger. And there is a bit of scowl on his face. And on a 21 as well, you see that there is a lot of pain behind this person's eyes. Well, so you wish to go to Skarnus, eh? I mean, we can be of help. I guess there's no harm in teaching you about our homeland. I guess it's important to know what your goals are. What are you trying to achieve in our homeland?
Well, 2 things mainly. One of them will keep the details I'll keep the details slightly more closer to my chest because, quite frankly, it doesn't entirely concern you. We wish to convene with a tribe there. And as for the other one, we wish to kill a dwergar.
You are a cryptic man, but I am a smart man. He looks around you. You travel with one who wears the markings of the Sky Carvers. So I assume that if you are to look to convene with a tribe, they are the Skycarvers. And if it's a Dwergar you seek to kill, there's only one Dwergar worth killing.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty, but
there's only one worth killing. But your criticism is fun, I guess. I've lived a lot longer than you have, boy, and believe me, I wouldn't have survived as long as I have. I couldn't read some people. But despite your skullduggery and secrecy, I won't take it as offence. I understand. So,
right, stop trying to mock me. Come on, let's crack on.
So, how much do you know of Skarnus?
Well, the big cunt back there knows a little bit, and the rest of us know a grand total of fuck all.
Yeah.
He clicks his finger at his younger son Thoric and says, "Thoric, bring me the map."
Oh, hell yeah.
Heads off to pull out a long, like, table-sized map, which Thrain rolls out ahead of him and lays down onto the table.
Skarnus map.
Skarnus map.
Skarnus map.
Now, as you know, Skarnus is harsh lands. They are miles and miles of empty expanse of just rocky outcroppings, cliffs, and 1,000 ways to die. But there are a few settlements, I guess. You have, well, the Skycarvers, who live up here in Stormledge. You have the Orcish settlement of Urgarak. Down to the south, you have the Goblin settlement of Scritch Hollow. And along the Pale Teeth, to the far east, you have where we used to live, Khardun, the mountainous kingdom. Now, travel through, at least from here first, you'd have to go from Greystone Forest on our side to the Gravewood, which is, well, not dangerous, but you must be strong of mind to make it through. Now, how much do you know of our history, of the things that happened for us to get to where we are today?
My guess is that the Dwergar pushed you out, but that's kind of it, actually, so just ignore me.
Well, you're not completely wrong, but it was... You have to understand that if you think of the four faction being the dwarves, the Goliaths, the orcs, and the goblins, we lived in... harmony's the wrong word, but isolation from each other. And yes, the dwarves had more society, like a more societal kind of living. The Goliaths in the north, they preferred to go north into Denthir rather than south into Skarnus for their raids, simply because there was more to the north than there was to the south. And the orcs and the goblins, they were never organized enough for any semblance of attack on our way of life. Sure, the odd scouting party and raiding party would try and make a dent in our lifestyle, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. There had never been any unification of any of the other races, but dwarves, we are slightly greedy folk, you may say. We like nice things. The dwarves had only ever lived in Khardun for thousands of years. We were a mountainous group who lived deep in the belly of the mountain, and Dumathoin, our god, was... well, he is the keeper of the secrets of the mountain, so we stayed within his realms. But we explored, we learned, and thousands of years ago, we found large deposits of adamantium deep in the center of Skarnus. And it was decided by my forefathers that we should try and build the first shield dwarven city outside of the mountains. We should try and take a location above ground, outside of the mountains. And so we began to build the city of Adamantkar, directly in the center. And we mined. And we mined, and we mined, and we mined. And what we didn't realize is that we became so greedy that we mined through our own foundations of our city. The very earth beneath us became hollow. And we dug too deep, deeper than we should have ever have dug. And we ended up breaking a hole deep into the Underdark. We unearthed secrets that we were never meant to unearth. We destroyed the very foundations of our city. And, well, depending on your opinion, either dug so deep that the city crumbled, or dug so deep that we incurred the wrath of our own god, who decided to destroy our city for wandering out of the mountain where we should never, ever have gone. And now only ruins remain, and the shattered plateau spreads, an area scorched by destruction. And unknowingly in doing so, we opened up our world to the beings of the Underdark. We fled back to Cardun and continued to live our life in the mountains that we knew, but at that point it was too late. We'd exposed our location, and we'd given our enemies a way to the surface, an easy way to the surface. But still, we believed the shield dwarves would be able to combat the Dwegar. For example, they are as foolhardy, as strong as we are, but we had strategic positions, we had a fortress of Cardun to protect, and we had more numbers. But, well, that bastard Ragrim, he was smart. Somehow he united the orcs, he united the goblins, the bugbears, the bestial races. He points to Zarlok, your family stayed out of it, at the time at least. I think the clan chief at the time was someone who believed in the good and the strength of warriors, and he was a better person. But the rest joined forces with Ragrim and attacked. Zarlok, make a history check with advantage for me, please. Hearing the story, you're doing the maths together of when this Dwegar invasion happened and who would have been your clan leader at the time, and you realise that the clan leader at the time would have been your grandfather, Koran. So when he says that the clan leader at the time of the Skycarvers didn't side with Ragrim, you realise that was a conscious decision of your grandfather, Koran. And he clearly rebuffed his advances because, by the sounds of it, he would have been approached, as everyone else was. But clearly he said no. So yes, that is the history of Skarnus. Now, Ragrim, well, we don't know where he is exactly. We know that a lot of his army occupy Cardun. We know that he has made friends with the orcs and the goblins, and those settlements are safe houses for him. Our latest intel is that the Skycarvers have joined him, so clearly they have changed their allegiance. But every time we send a scouting party into Skarnus, if they return 10% of the numbers we sent out, if any. It's a dangerous, dangerous place to go. If you really are truly thinking about going, you must be careful.
If you had to put a percentage on us surviving, based on your experiences.
If you travelled with my son, you are clearly made of strong stuff. You have something about you. Depending on the longer you stay in Skarnus, the higher your chance of dying goes. And I would ask for some trust. to divulge as much as you are able to with me, so I can help you as best as I can. Secrets will only lead to you going in underprepared and overconfident. The more I can help you, the more I will. And you see that as he says that, his younger son, Thoric, sort of rolls his eyes in a little bit of disgust. And says, seriously? You want to help these strangers divulge secrets? Have you not? He points to Zarlok. He's a member of people that oppose us now. His clan wishes for our destruction. They're friends of Auric, and do you not remember what he did? The shame he brought upon the shame he brought upon our family, and he gets away with everything. You love him so much, yet everything I do is never enough, Father. And here again is more proof of it. You rather help these strangers than help your son. And he takes he's got like a great axe on the back of his he just like straps to his back. He just takes it, places it, drops it on the ground and says, I'm excusing myself. And he walks out the door.
You're excused.
You've been excused.
I gesture to Zarlok and say, whatever information you ask of us is not ours to tell, but his. I'll let him say what he wants to. I can't promise any more than that. He gives Zarlok the floor.
So I'm basically just like, I'm just like, bro, I don't know what to say.
Wow.
Well, do you want to tell them that we're going to liberate your family? I think Triple G quietly sends a message cantrip to you and says, he's just told us a heck of a lot of information. I don't think telling him, we don't have to divulge all of the details. We can just simply say we're going to your clan to free them from Ragrim's oppression.
Yeah, fuck it, go on. I'll just say that.
So you wish to convene with the Skycarvers and, in essence, remove them from the playing field of Ragrim's forces?
Yes.
You're someone that clearly is from there. You know the area well. But do you know who is currently the chief of your clan? Because we only know him as the clan chief. We don't have any information on him.
Still in that message, I say, you don't have to say this bit if you don't want to.
I'm just gonna say the only thing you need to know is that his nickname is Puzzle.
My question is, well, I don't know. Maybe I've not been paying enough attention, but it's more like, where would be a good place to start? Because, if you're saying, well, from what I've understood, we don't have a place where Ragrim is, but we know he's somewhere here. So where would be a good place to start?
Well, we kind of want to. We're going to go for the grave. We're going to have to go for the Gravewoods. We know that the Storm Ledge is where Zarlok is from, and then the dwarves of the Dwega have overtaken Khaldun.
So I guess just knock out north to south, and then just work our way back.
Or there are different strategies as well. Like, do we go and liberate the orcs and the goblins? So then we do a reverse. We have if the Dwergar needed a united Skarnus essentially to overtake Khaldun, I think there's a reality.
I do know a little bit of Orcish, so I might be able to build up a little rapport real quick, if need be. I mean, if they throw hands up,
allow me. I'm not here to tell you what you guys can and can't do and what you are not or are capable of. Liberating the orcs and liberating the goblins is something that doesn't particularly align with their philosophy as a people.
Sure.
I mean, Ulgarak is ran by the Orcish war commander Gorvath Bloodtusk, who is one of the high-ranking officers in Ragrim's army at the moment. And, well, Scritch Hollow is run by a goblin they know known as Skritnik the Many. He's a shrewd fellow. I've seen him in battle himself, and he was always as far away from the action as possible, which is why he's probably the oldest goblin that's still alive. Those people, their peoples, they, if I speak freely with my own opinion, they can't change their nature.
So what?
An orc will always be bloodthirsty. A goblin will always be conniving.
You know what they say,
was it
orc
that-
never change its spots.
What was it that united them against the dwarves?
Well, clearly, Ragrim has promised them something that they would never be able to have alone and would only be able to have under his command. Now, I'm as surprised as anyone that someone like Gorvath and someone like Skritnik would be subservient to someone else. They are leaders. Say what you want about them, about their philosophy as people. They are people that have always been at the top of the food chain where they are from. And they have willingly decided to go in underneath someone, to be under the command of someone else. But if they were to do that, they must have been promised something that was unable to be enacted on their own. Now, if Gorvath was to fall and Skritnik was to fall, perhaps the races involved would go back to their individualistic ways, or perhaps there would be someone within the ranks that would take and fill the spot. That is a dependency on luck and circumstance. But I don't see a way where they become allies, I should probably say. I don't believe there will be any way where the orcs will join your fight or our fight or the dwarves fight or whatever fights you have going on here. The same with the goblins. Now, the Skycarvers, I would also put them in the same bracket, but it seems to me that your friend here will hopefully vouch for them, have some sway if you are indeed trying to convene with them. There must be some belief in your system that they are able to be on the side of wherever your heart lies. And the fact that they have previous experience of at least saying no to Ragrim gives me hope to believe that they could do that also. I digress. I simply am just saying that an orc is an orc, a goblin's a goblin, and they are... It never goes to change in my opinion. But that's just one old man's opinion.
How old are you?
It's for my book.
It's rude to ask a man his age, but
Is it?
I'm over 250. We'll say it that much.
Rotted. Right. Okay. So if we're not liberating the gobos and we're not liberating the orcs,
I
then
think we go Stormledge
just go Stormledge
and then work our way
and
to Cardoon.
see what's active.
So as you say, work our way to Cardoon, Oric looks excitedly at his father and says, "This is our chance. We keep waiting and waiting and waiting for the perfect opportunity, and it's never going to come. If we can unite and liberate the Skycarvers, if they can join our cause, we can maybe get our ancestral home back." And Thrain stops for a second, thinks, and says, "It's too risky. There's 4 individuals here. That's not enough for us to completely abandon and change our thought process here."
What
And
I raise my hand. What has been your thought process? Because I am just a little dragon dude, okay? I'm not some, leader of any kind, but you seem caught between a rock and a hard place right now, because you've got the Dwargar pushing you out of Skarnus, and you've got bloody Platwat keeping you locked into Stone Hollow, which, it's a nice place, don't get me wrong, but where is your home? So I'm agreeing with Oric. I think you can't just keep waiting and hoping that a plan will form, because quite frankly, it feels like you're running out of time, and we're running out of time. If you don't think 4 can take it down You can think that. But if it takes 4 or I don't have a good sentence here. Even if I was on my own, I would do this. If JAFF was on his own, he'd do this. I'm pretty sure Zarlok could murder an entire country. So
Yeah.
He smiles at you and says, "You are braver than you know, Dragonborn. And the way you speak, it tells me lots about you. And it could just be the loot on your back, but you are a person of words, of song, of heroes. Unfortunately, the real world isn't like the stories. Every time we have ventured into Skarnus, we have suffered losses. Every single time." And you see that as he says it again, he looks almost directly at Auric while saying it. It's not just about improving our current conditions. It's about surviving. But there are not many of us shield dwarves left. If I'm going to roll the dice on the future of my plans, of my people, it has to be a sure thing. It has to be.
there's no such thing as a sure thing.
Maybe there isn't. Maybe I'll never do anything. Maybe we'll be stuck here enough forever, but I don't see it being the right time now, not to roll the dice on everything. However, can't sit here and pretend that my son is going to ever leave me alone about this, and if there's anything I know about him, it's that if I tell him no, he'll just close his ears and do it anyway. And he's not always wrong, even when he is. So, here's what I can offer you. Auric, you can venture with these people, be their guide through the Gravewood, help them out, get them to Stormledge and see if they have the effectiveness to free the Skycarves, as they say it. If that is successful, send word. If we can be united with a fighting force, then maybe, just maybe, there is something we can do about the situation. But I ask that you do not act hastily, and you do not, once again, disobey the orders of the Crown.
What was your name again? Sorry, remind me. Thorin. No, that
Thrain.
was your brother.
Thrain.
Brain. Look, Brain.
Thrain.
We're Thrain. Brain.
Thrain.
We're gonna go to Stormledge and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And if we have enough time, well, either way in the future, we're gonna come back and we're gonna go to Cardun. And you're gonna be sat here talking about more time this, not rolling the dice that. The graveyards around this castle will be full of people who thought they had more time. And you're going to sit around and you're going to do this. And the longer you wait, you're going to become one of them. We're doing what we're going to do. And quite frankly, at that point, we'd probably have the jurisdiction to call ourselves Lord of the Dwarfs at that point. So you can sit around and you can wait and you can say more time this, more time that, and you can die like that. But we're going to fuck off back to your country and we're going to sort this shit out.
I'm also going to raise my hand again and say I've never lost a war I've been a part of.
Jaff, can you make me persuasion with disadvantage?
Are you sure my comment didn't
honestly,
immediately
to be honest,
sway
I'm not
you?
even trying to persuade him. I actually don't care.
I'm just saying, can you make persuasion with disadvantage? This is not about persuading him, that natural one.
Go on.
As you go to stand up and head out, this elderly dwarven man who has seemed completely and utterly unassuming to you moves with lightning speed, absolute lightning speed, and comes up to within an inch of your face. And you see in his eyes, this is a seasoned warrior who has seen more wars and more battles in the last 20 years than you have ever in your lifetime. And as he is 1 inch away from your face, He says, if you wish to call yourself Lord of the Dwarves, you will not call yourself that for long. I do not appreciate that tone when I have extended hospitality, given you information and counsel. Now leave my sight now.
Motherfucker. JAFF, you need to not do shit like that.
I'm going to walk directly through him, and I'm going to say...
You can't do it. Oh, no, you can. You've got 3 charges.
Yeah, I can.
You've got 3 charges.
No, it doesn't say I've got any charges.
You've got 3 charges. Yeah.
I'm going to walk directly through him, and I'm going to tell him you can tell Ragrim's head when I put it on a spike out the front of Carden.
We're getting very beefy with this guy, which I'm not enjoying.
He's fucking getting on my nerves.
No,
He's
you need
pissing me
to
off.
rein your fucking feelings in, dude.
As you float through him and make your comment, he says, it doesn't seem that you have many allies, so I would be careful when burning bridges.
I got the 3 allies I need here, and I'm out the door at this point. I'm fucking bored of this guy. The rest of them can still talk to him, but honestly, I don't
do
care
just
anymore.
want to say again, I want to stress to this guy, I want to be like, dude, and I'm going to say that, dude, Platisse, I'm sure you are aware, but like, I don't have high hopes for him just, sending forces to help you. Do you feel helped by him? Like, I think to him, you're kind of on his turf. You're invading. You're not necessarily in a, an attacking front, but you're getting handouts by him. That's what he would think. So I'm just like, you need anyone here who would be willing to fight for their country should, not necessarily come with us directly now, but should kind of jump in, and we'll fucking sort out the Sky Carvers. They'll join us. I fucking guarantee it. And we'll fucking get you a home back. My God, I haven't had a home in fucking 6 years, right? All I do is get people their home back. That's my fucking niche, right? It's listen, and again, I'm not some guy who runs a country. Okay, you've got people that rely on you, but dude, it's like you're running out of time, and you're not going to find a better opportunity than us 4 delinquents. That's a fact.
He smiles at you and says, I absolutely agree with almost everything you've said, but I have a duty not just to the reclamation of my homeland, but to the survival of my people. When we left Cardoon, our army was almost 10,000 strong. Our numbers are below 2,000. They're probably closer to 1,000. 90% of my fighting force has been decimated in attempts to reclaim our homeland, in scouting missions. My job is not easy, and I do not claim I have made the correct decision at every single crossroad. But the moment I get to a crossroad and begin to doubt myself is the moment I am no longer fit to rule. I have to be sure, I have to be confident, I have to accept and live and die by the things I do. And I am not saying that I will never march on Cardoon again and try to reclaim my homeland. I hope, I pray that I can see the halls of my house in my lifetime one more time before I close my eyes and go into the afterlife. I pray that I can. But I must first ensure that I give my house, my family, my people the best chance at survival first and foremost. Do I like where I am now? No. Do I think Antoine Platisse wants me here? No. Do I think he's probably scheming in the background, trying to find ways to get rid of us? Of course. Iron Mountain Base is not a way to fortify the north and give protection to the dwarves. This is a way to keep us away from moving. The sanctions grow stricter and tighter by the day. But what can I do? What can I do now? Until we learn more, until we know more, until our scenario changes and improves.
Okay.
There's not much we can do.
Okay. With that, I will say, forget my white-haired friend. Okay, he's part of this. He's
I
on.
could.
Yeah, I know. He's really unforgettably annoying. We will go to Stormledge, us 4 plus Auric, if you'll allow. We will get the Skycarvers on our side. Auric will send word. At that point, will you at least, I don't know, I don't fucking know, send some to help, to push, to kind of push the fucking boundary forwards, give you more space, give you more, I don't know, maybe you can move into, not move fully, do you know what I mean? Like move some forces into Stormledge, just to get a bit of ground, gain a bit of land. You know, I'm not asking you to fucking send the last 1,000 of your kind, okay? That's unreasonable. But you will, I don't want to speak so pessimistically, but you will be wiped out and then it will be no more. Whereas if there are 500 of you left, your history will live on. And some stories are stories, sure. But the stories that I've written are all true. They all happen. They've all happened. I've been there and I've written those stories. Some of those stories, they are written by those that survive. We will survive and you will have your place back. And then you'll put my book in your castle and it will be very special. But we can't sit and wait. And again, I'm not saying, send us everyone, but you've got to keep trying. And worst case scenario is there's a fucking lovely little town called Wyvern Rock, and I'm sure they'll help you out. There's lovely people up there. So if you can't be in Azureth, you can be somewhere and you can rebuild from somewhere.
Places a hand on your shoulder and says, "You are a good person. The world would be a lot better place if there were more of you." What is your name?
That's YEGOR Frostscale.
YEGOR Frostscale. You are, in another life, I think you were a dwarf. You are strong, brave, resilient, hardy, and most of all wise. And he walks with you, arm around you, over to a collection of trophies that were on the wall. There's the wolf head and the deer head, the boar head, and he goes up to this wild boar, which have these like 2 thick tusks. He says, "Before Antoine, the previous ruler, was a lot kinder with his restrictions on us. He actually allowed us to go and hunt in Greystone Forest. And I remember slaying this boar with my own hands. It almost caught me out of guard, to be fair. But I was a few years younger back then and a bit more sprightly. And
You were 248.
he chuckles. A little bit younger. I remember taking his life and realizing that the cycle of life and death is something that happens around us, and I do not regret taking his life. I'm a dwarf. We kill. It's not something we're afraid of. But I realized that I came into its home unannounced, and I killed it. I realized that happens all around the world, everywhere we go. And the boar can't fight back. It can't amass an army and charge on us. And I realized I was just like that boar. My people were just like this boar. Maybe that won't be the case forever. And he goes up and puts a hand on each of the tusks, and he pulls them off. He just wrenches them directly out of the head of the boar. And he holds them in his hand, and he takes out like this silvery, dusty, almost like pewter-like powder from a pouch of him. He
Oh shit, you got some DMT? No, sorry.
He starts to just like take the powder, like almost sprinkle it on top of these 2 tusks, rubs them in and says a few incantation words in Dwarvish, hands one to you, and takes the other one for himself and says, "If you are successful in your quest at the Stormledge, you can call for me on this horn.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you, YEGOR Frostscale. If you say something can happen, I'm certain it will. If you're successful, call for aid, and I will send it."
Okay. I will. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me and us.
I don't believe in you as a group, as a collective.
Ah, right, okay.
I believe in you.
I misspoke.
I believe in you. I believe in you personally. And place the hand on your chest.
That's cool.
You have friends amongst you who are stronger, perhaps more magically inclined. You have one that's much more of an asshole than you are.
It's not hard.
You are by far the bravest. Go forth. Auric will make sure that you are provisioned with everything you need, and I look forward to hearing a word from you. And he gives you a big clap on the shoulder, and it's so much that you do stagger forward a couple of feet just from the sheer chip on the back.
Fucking hell. Money's small, mate. Jesus. Oh, and tell Thoric, tell him to get a fucking grip, honestly. It's like it's war. Do you know what I mean?
He has his reasons
Sure.
to feel the way he feels.
Okay, it is your family. Sorry, I overstepped. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Believe me. You know what? We never even considered the idea of therapy, but if I was to get a therapist, I'd probably ask for you.
I am seriously not qualified for that. I actually... No, don't worry. Don't worry. No, I appreciate this. I'll keep this tusk. I'll tuck it into my fucking belt. And I'll call for him when we've gathered the Sky Carver's frickin' whatever, support.
Well,
that is when I'm supposed to
luck.
use it, correct? Like once we've done Stormledge, that's the time.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good. Just so I'm clear, I don't want to.
It's not. It will almost work like a ascending spell.
Amazing.
Just directly to me. We can have a conversation through this.
That's so sick. I'm learning more and more every day about this. What's this planet called again? Cathon?
No. Eldorin.
Eldorin. I'll remember that. I've written it down in my book, actually. Right. Anyway, thank you for your blessing to me, and thank you for. Fucking. Who am I thanking here? Oryx. Nice to see you, buddy, and it's nice to hang out, and hopefully we can fucking help your goddamn people.
Well, it's good to have you guys back. And he gives you a big hug. And Thorane says, well, if there's nothing else I can help you with, I'll bid you farewell and do Mathern's blessings. But please, any more questions, any way I can help, feel free to ask.
I've got nothing, guys, so I just want to give him a salute and just be like, let's fucking crack the fuck on.
As everyone starts to leave the room and Yeg seems to start catching up with Auric, I would like to sort of hang back until it's just me and... It's Thorane, isn't it?
Thorane, yeah.
I would like to hang back until it's just me and Thorane, and I would like to bow deep, give the most way more formal than is customary to someone who is not an elf, to Thorane, bow deeply and say, I didn't say much there, Master Thorane, and I listened intently to what you had to say, and I thought of all the things that I could say to you, but I've ascertained very quickly that you are one of the most astute and honourable men I have ever come across, not for the fact that you are a leader of the dwarves or that you make your decisions and you live and die by them, steeled by your own honour, because as someone who knows what it's like to now lead a group of people and feel the pressure of thousands of lives, I know just how difficult that can be. I find all of my respect for you comes for the fact that when faced with a Goliath descended from giants, an eldritch horror, and a wizard that leads a country of other powerful wizards, you correctly ascertain that the bravest of all of those people is just a regular man, just a musician. And for that, I've learned more about you in minutes than I could with most other people I've ever met. And I want you to know that whether you stay here or whatever you do, I bear you no ill will or judgment.
Thank you, Master Elf, for your words of support, advice, encouragement. I know historically our groups of people haven't always gotten on, but I am not blinded by that sentiment. That is not a luxury I can afford, even if I was that way inclined. One thing you learn, I'm sure you will learn as being a leader yourself, is when things are not going your way, allies are important. And you don't burn bridges you don't already have. Your friend would be wise to learn that, but
I also know...
Fucking pussy.
I also know when to defend my friend's honour. I would ask that you forgive my companions' ill manners. It has not been an easy time for us at all. We've been hounded by the crown for several weeks now, and a lot of these transgressions aren't just physical, they are truly personal to his character as everything that he believes he is. It's as personal to him as the taking of your sacred land is to you. So I'm not saying what he did is right, but I can only give you the context of which to judge a man by.
Believe me, I have dealt with stuck-up royals, so an angsty warrior is the least of my problems, and I will be more than willing to forgive. But to forgive, one first must apologize. Hopefully, on our next meeting, things will go slightly more smoother. But regardless, you have all made impressions upon me, and if my son will vouch for you guys, then I have every right to believe that you guys are a safe bet. So I wish you strength on your journey. I wish you good fortune, and may the will of Dumathoin guide you all.
I'd get up and give him a warrior's clasp and say, you believe us to be fools, then, well, let us be foolish still. And I'd give him a big, genuine smile and run out of the room after Yeg and the group.
So yeah, you all now convene outside as your, once again in the outer Bailey. And it is the four of you and Auric. And as you're all sort of, as now GILDOR catches up and you're all together, Auric looks to you, JAFF, and to you, Yeg, and says, before we say or do anything, I just wanted to apologize. I left you guys. I didn't have the guts to do it in person. I had to do it via a note. I was fixing parts of me. I was mending relationships. Some have not yet been mended, and I'm happy to speak about it all on our travels as and when you wish to learn about it. But I wouldn't be comfortable going anywhere without apologizing first. So
I appreciate that. And whatever.
I'm sorry for leaving you when you guys needed me.
All is forgiven, my friend. We're here, we're together, and we're gonna fucking fight together, and it's gonna be a laugh.
You're a good egg, Auric. It's
you kind of look like one too. Let's go.
And Auric then goes and introduces himself to the two new companions he doesn't know. He goes up to Zarlok first and is literally at waist height to him, and sort of brings his hand up to his head, which is now level with where your hand is, and takes you in like a big clasp, pulls you down a little bit as best he can, and says, "Pleasure to meet you, Auric Hammertoe. You seem like a big fucking bloke."
Pleasure to meet you, little boy.
He chuckles as, I like him already. And Master Elf, I am Auric Hammertoe. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
All right, a pleasure. I'm GILDOR. If you even have half of the wisdom of your father, then you will be a worthy addition to our group.
I'm learning.
Not your brother, he's a bit of a cock, though.
Well,
Womble, if you ask me.
We've had a strained relationship for a while, and I'm only recently back into the fold of the family, so I can't blame him for not being receptive, but there's two sides to every coin, aren't there? We're both very alike our father, but he is a lay individual. Maybe we learned different things from him. But anyway, to Stormledge we go. Is there any provisions we need for ourselves? Or we're going to be camping outside, so rations will be necessary. Let's go and get some of those. Bedrolls, equipment for a fire.
Yeah, all of the above, mate.
Every basic blankets. We need torches.
Do you have more paper? So I'm running out of paper in my book. Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
We can get you that. So obviously not quite what I thought we'd be needing.
No. Yeah, that's just a personal thing. Sorry.
What will traversal through the Gravewoods be like? Will we be able to navigate horses, or will we be on foot?
We'll be on foot. The horses will make it through. That is a thick, dense brush of dead and blighted trees. It was once part of Greywood Forest. And well, the transitions, things happened thousands of years ago with not sure itself, but one half of the forest in essence died and the other lives verdantly green on the border of Azureth. But even through Greystone Forest, I don't think our horses will make it. We'll be on foot from here on out.
Better move swiftly.
Indeed so. Anything needs to do with your weaponry, sharpening? Anyone need outfitting with new weaponry, or are you happy with what you currently have?
We're good, really.
I mean, yeah, I think so. We've got provisions, we've got light, we've got bet. Yeah, I think we've got all the basics.
Okay, so you guys begin your journey through Greystone Forest.
I've got fucking goosebumps, boys. I'm excited.
It's around about midday-ish. You guys have to make a decision in the sense of you can get through the forest and be towards like mid, as in the living side of the forest, and be there towards about mid-afternoon. If you then enter into the Gravewood, you will not exit the Gravewood before nightfall. You will have to either traverse through the night in the Gravewood or sleep in the Gravewood. The other option is to sleep in the Greystone Forest and then spend a day traversing through Gravewood, and you'll be out before, as long as I think I was wrong, you should be out before the sun sets.
I think that
obviously that would take more time.
I think that is the smart thing to do. We are low-key pushed for time. By the time, if we did that second option, how many days left would there be till the wedding? 7.5.
So, as it currently stands, the wedding will take place in 8 days. Right. If you stop tonight, you will then get through Gravewood, and then you have to sleep one more time before you get to Stormledge. So you'll get to Stormledge with 6 days remaining.
Okay, Stormledge 6, and that's if we do.
That's if you stop before you go through the Gravewood. If you go through the Gravewood, you'll get to Stormledge with 7 days remaining. You get to save a day.
Yeah, consensus, guys. What do we think? Risky or safe?
Sorry, repeat the plan. I got confused.
So basically, we can do a rush job, get to Stormledge with 7 days left, but it means traveling through Gravewood at night, basically, or we can sleep in the forest, the normal forest, and it's like chill, and we go through Gravewood in the day, but that would leave 6 days till the wedding at our arrival in Stormledge.
Sleeping in the Gravewood sounds fucking booky.
It does.
Or, I mean, traversing it at night sounds.
I agree.
Have you ever traversed the Gravewood at night?
I've traversed it at day, I've traversed it at night. Believe me, traversing it at any time of day is not ideal, but you do not want to be in the Gravewood when night falls.
Okay.
There's your answer.
Yeah, I think we will do the safer option and leave us with 6 days. Or everything going well.
Okay, so you guys journey through Greystone Forest, the nice verdant green forest. And as you get probably 20 minutes away from the border, Oryx says, well, this is close enough to the edge we should probably dare to go. Let's set up camp. If we can get an early night's rest and be up at the crack of dawn, I think that's probably our best bet. He says, okay, I'll start a fire.
I think
we'll get some sleep.
Yeah, no stories tonight, boys. Get your rest in. Get pumped up in the morning. I'm going to say we've got coffee rations, right? Right, Oryx? We've got coffee rations.
Yeah, you've got coffee
Bang
rations.
in, we'll have an early morning coffee and we'll get the fucking day going.
Cool. As you're all setting up and getting yourself ready for the evening, Zarlok, you're just, as Stormcleaver is so important to you, at some point throughout the evening, I'm sure you're taking it out of its scabbard, giving it a clean, or washing it on a grindstone, and making sure it's as sharp as it needs to be for the coming battles. And as you pull it out, Oryx takes note of it and says, "Wow, that's quite a weapon you've got there. Do you mind if I have a look?"
No one gets to hold my sword.
I don't mean to hold, just the craftsmanship. It's exquisite, and the metals. And as he gets a bit closer, wow, you have. It's double edged. One side is.
You can feel the aura of it, can't you?
It must be hard to wield. One side is adamantine, the other side is mithril. That's those are two pricey and quite interesting materials. I mean, mithril is so light and speed and rapid, and adamantine is so heavy. The balance of that must be a bitch to wield, but clearly you do a good job with it. Is that something that you've had crafted recently?
No. Family heirloom. Yeah.
So you see, he starts to do the math in his head, seeing this. This is like this sword is worth. This is like the Ferrari of the sword world that you got in your hands right now. You saying it's a family heirloom and knowing that you are from the Sky Carves says, hang on, is this Stormcleaver?
It's a replica.
make a deception check.
Why is it not let me open anymore? Oh, I made that with
Make it just flat for me if you don't mind. Let me make a insight check on Oryx's behalf. I should have it somewhere still. That's the wrong one. He says, well, if you've made it out of materials, it's a bloody good one. But it must be designed on it. That's, that will come in handy if we have to fight some Goliaths. So I'm going to put you at the front. I'll be in behind you. I usually like to lead, but I think you'll do a better job at the front.
Listen, mate. I'll be honest. We ain't talking 4-4-2 here. I'm going full steam ahead. I don't give a shit what formation we're running. If you're behind me, you're behind me. If you're in front of me, you're in front of me.
I don't think my little legs can keep up with you, so I'm sure I'll be lagging behind at some point.
Well, little boy, I'm full tilt. That's all you need to know. And it is a good replica.
Well, I'll do my best to keep up with you. Good luck in battle. And you see he sort of takes a couple of steps back a bit sheepishly, being like, I think he crossed the line, said something wrong. And yeah, you guys all get yourselves ready for a night's rest. Is there anything that you guys want to do before you go to sleep or before the morning comes?
I'm going to write my final will and testament.
Probably best considering are we on the border of the forest and Gravewood, I take it.
Yeah, you're a couple of 100 meters. Like, you're about a 20-minute walk from the actual beginning of the Gravewood.
Yeah, I'll. It's probably best to do watches. I'll keep a watch. I'll keep first watch again. Why not?
I think I will actually take a moment, only a moment, not to pray or anything, but to to almost like speak to my mum and be like, this one feels a little scary, actually. And then quietly.
Zarlok's not going to sleep either. Zarlok's just not going to sleep. I'm going to stay up as well.
No. Why?
I'd like to cast sending, but I don't really know who to speak to. Is there anyone we want to check in on before I go to bed?
Cyrell, can you send a sending to Ganfell or
I could send a sending to Cyrell, see how they're getting on with the kids.
I think
okay?
Yeah, it's like not pertinent necessarily, but I think it is good to get maybe a little update.
I mean, if that's a long rest, it's literally 3 uses of a free.
Fuck it, yeah. See what they're up to, see if they're okay, see if they've got to safety or whatever.
I'm gonna cast sending and message Cyrell and say, "Hello, mate. Hope all's well. Going somewhere a bit like the Shadowfell again, but probably shitter. How are you and the kids? Give me an update."
He'll just say, kids are all doing fine. Everyone's got a different opinion on how best to help them handle their magic, but I'm sure between us all, we'll manage. Good luck on your mission.
Sweet. Next one's going out to. Next one's going out to. I'm actually going to message. I'm going to message Jaff's girlfriend Connie.
Oh.
Okay.
Hit her up in the DMs. No.
What are you wearing right now?
I'm going to say, Connie, it's GILDOR. This is the only way we can communicate. Please let us know you are safe. Our mission has taken us east. We will be back for you soon.
The response is going to be, what the hell? I can hear stuff in my head. Wait, are you hearing this?
Awesome.
If you can hear this, me and Henry are doing really good. Emberfield is really, and then he cuts off at the word limit.
Last one going out to Vilgefortz. Dad, it's me checking in. How are you and the box? About to enter Skarnus. Think Zarlok's gonna kill his dad now too. Lol. Go back. Miss you. This is tough.
He'll respond and say, we're all good here. It's pretty boring work sitting in an unending purgatory staring at a box all day, every day. But
peak times.
It's better than feeling guilty. Skarnus is so cool. I hope you get to go see Vengar Scales. Always wanted to go.
What the fuck? I love these conversations.
Immediate history check on Vanguard Scales.
Make a history check.
No.
Oh no.
I roll over and go to bed.
To be fair, you can use one. You can use one of your portent because you're going to literally go to sleep and get new ones anyway.
My portents are a 7 and a 5. They're both lower than an 8.
A 7 gets you a total of 14.
I'll use a 7 for a total of 14.
Please, I wanted to tell you lore. I mentioned it for a reason. I don't
Roll
want to do
over
the
and
actual
go
one.
to bed.
No, keep the net one. Keep it.
Canonical, man. Canonical.
Save the ball.
7 for a total of 14. Go on.
Then we're at 14. On the 14, the name Vengar, you've heard it actually at one point in this campaign. Vengar was one of the 5 primordial dragons. He was the one that was, in essence, the 6 primordial dragons. Vengar was the one that was sort of aligned with the element of earth. He was the earthen dragon, the green dragon, and descendants from him were the primordial colossi and the primordial titans, which is what Epizon and Agra are. They are descendants from Vengar. Now, there is differing things. There is like the ancient folklore tale is that Vengar's scales are literally the scales of Vengar. He fell and was destroyed above Skarnus. His scales landed and created these these stony outcroppings. Other people just think they are just stony outcroppings, and they were called Vengar scales in honor of him. But everyone does know that. Well, it is known that area has a little bit of mysticism, and there is some interesting magics that go on there. It's like a lot of the tribes of the areas of Skarnus will host like religious rituals there, whether it be the Orcish tribes, the Goblin tribes, even the Skycarvers. It's a very powerfully primordial area where a lot of like rituals and stuff will go on, whether it's like coming of age rituals for the orcs, or if it's like goblin like religious festivals, stuff like that. But it's just a very, very important place in Skarnus.
Interesting. I go to bed dreaming of dragons.
I'm gonna go over to Yeg while he's asleep and open the hole onto his crotch. And leak out all the piss that I've collected.
So I'm gonna wake up with someone else's piss in my pants.
I'm gonna get the hole and like unfold it and like tilt it out so all the piss starts to fall out onto his lap.
Yeg, make a perception check for me.
Yes, perception.
Zarlok, make a stealth check for me.
Oh!
Zarlok, you get there, and he has no idea that you're there. But the moment the piss actually drops on his crotch, he opens his eyes and sees you standing there pouring piss onto his crotch.
No! Not me! Don't do that, Zarlok. You fucking... Shh. You're dreaming.
Hey, so you all get your long rest, you get your sleep, you get your spells back, portent dice you can reroll LOUIE, etc. And you wake up on the border of the Gravewood. You begin your journey from Azureth into Skarnus, and you can see that you'd expect it to be like a gradual change from this beautiful verdant green treescape to this dead treescape. You think that the trees would get weaker and begin to wither, and it would be like a gradient. That's not the case. There is literally just lovely verdant green trees, plush like moss green soil, and there's like a dew wetness in the air, and you just get to a point where it stops. The ground by your feet is this dried, like crumbly soil with next to no moisture in it. that all the rock that's like underneath it is just sucking out all of the moisture, and you just see like petrified trees. They are barren from all leaves. There is just it is just complete and utter nothingness on the trees. There is no life here. They are just bits and sticks of wood, with the odd crow living in one that sees you guys, startles, caws, and flies off into the distance. It's early morning, and there is a thin layer of mist that just collects at the bottom of the roots of the trees, just ankle height. Swirls around, and as you move through, the mist sort of dissipates and then fills again, and it becomes eerie. The sound of silence is deafening. All you hear is nothing, and it is disconcerting. There is just the crunch of soil and loose rubble under your feet as you move through the gravewood. I need everyone to make a survival check for me as they continue through the gravewood.
Oof. Oof.
Oh, shit.
Flat Jaff, so you get to reroll it. Not that either of them are good.
That's better.
Zarlok as well for me.
Saved
Oh,
by the
bro,
bell.
what is this going on?
And we'll get one with advantage for Auric, as he has been through his journey before. Zarlok, so Auric takes the lead. And Jaff, remembering that once upon a time he was a ranger, remembers how to travel through forest as well. And the two of them manage to help you like get through the beginning portion of the gravewood. As you're wandering through, could I get perception checks from everyone, or anyone that would think that they would be actively scanning the area? If you don't think you're doing that, you haven't got to give me one.
In this dodgy place, yeah.
In the distance, you see probably a couple of, maybe like 80 feet away, maybe 100 feet away. It's hard to see through the mist, which has begun to get thicker. Where at the start it was very much ankle length, and that's it. The mist has started to get like almost waist to chest high and thicker, and you can see your breath is, the temperature has dropped. It is colder. There is a chill in the air, and your breath as you breathe out, it almost joins the mist as you breathe out. It condenses and almost heightens the mist around you. And about 100 feet away in the mist, you just see a figure standing there, looking at you. You can't really make out many features. It's wearing, it's not wearing like, you can't tell what it's wearing, but it's not like normal clothes. It's not like he's wearing a suit of armor or leather armor or a robe or a cloak. He's just covered by something. It's just you can't really see from where you are. Fairly tall, and unmoving, standing eerily still, just looking.
On a like 16, 17 group, do we get the sense that he has seen us as well as we've seen him?
He is looking towards you, yeah.
Do we engage? What do we do? Yeah, do you want to try and reason with him, or
Can we reason with him?
How far away is he?
What is he again? What is he?
You don't really know.
It's just a figure, is it?
Just a figure standing at 100 feet in the mist.
Just keep fucking walking.
100 feet. Wait,
Just keep walking. If we stop at every figure in this fucking forest,
We'll never get there.
do you know what I mean? We ain't getting there.
Can I actually use something that I don't think I've ever actually used properly before?
Yeah.
Could I use this bow to shoot an arrow of seeing? Like, obviously, I don't want to shoot the arrow at.
Yeah, you want to just aim like near him.
Yeah.
ooh,
All right. You fire the bow, and he has no reaction. He does not move. Like, he doesn't. You would think if an arrow is being shot in your direction, you'd have some sort of movement, but he just stands there, and it lands 5 feet from where he is. And as you project your vision through to the arrows, you see a pale figure, probably about 6'2", 6'3", who looks fey. I wouldn't say he looks exactly like an elf, but there is definitely some fey features. And he's wearing almost like a skirt made of like dead leaves, like, you know, those brown crunchy leaves you get in the autumn. He's wearing almost like a skirt made of that, and he then has like this black moss sort of growing from his shoulders that then like comes down and almost forms the essence of a vest, just made of this like black moss, but it seems to be growing on him rather than he used moss to turn it into a vest. This moss is actually growing out of his body. And he looks down at the arrow and just goes back to looking at you. He knows the arrow is there. You're still seeing the same thing, but he's just looking at you. You also notice that from this angle, it's hard to see because the arrow's kind of underneath and he's standing above it, but you just see that around his head, there is some sort of, whether it's a crown or whether it's like a headband or something, but it's got these thorns coming out of whatever's on his head. His headpiece he's wearing has these thorns coming out.
Is he breathing?
He is breathing.
Can I make an Arcana check just to get a vibe on his energy?
You want to send out an aura bolt? Yeah, you can.
Send out a bolt of aura.
Make an Arcana check. You're getting powerful fey readings, as well as also druidic magic.
Is this an energy that I think? Would I recognise his like life aura as a magic user? Like, have I encountered this person before? You
have not encountered this person before.
I think I just shout, "Oh there, stranger!"
Travellers, you walk the Gravewood.
We do indeed. We seek passage through the Gravewood. Is that is that okay with you?
Perhaps. And you see where he was standing, the mist sort of intensifies around him, covers, and as it dissipates, he's no longer there, and you hear him call out about 5-10 feet behind you guys. That depends on your purpose. I am the Warden of Thorns. I guard this Gravewood. I am the only living member of my order that survives. And I have been tasked to protect this wood. As you can see, it's not going very well.
We mean no harm to your forest. We only seek safe passage. We plan to enter Skarnus and go about our business further in the country itself. So we only seek a swift exit from your forest.
I understand. However, words can have multiple meanings, and actions can have multiple consequences.
What is
I
it?
wonder if you wish to have passage through my wood. I wonder if you can do something for me upon your return. I do not get many people passing through here, and I am not permitted to leave. And if you could find me information, I would be grateful.
What information is it that you seek, Warden?
Well, I wish to know why my wood is withered and died. It was not always like this. When I was a young child, a young druid, this was just as plush and as verdant as the forest next door. Alas, when the Adamant's fall happened and Adamanskar was left in ruins, the world shifted. My world changed forever. It is said that the roots of the gravewood reach deep, and they can feel what moves beneath the earth. They felt the Dwergar moving, and they felt the dwarves digging too deep. If you find yourself deep within the Underdark, I know you'll be inclined to look deeper, but every once in a while look up. If you can understand what's happened to my holy site, to where I live, and can impart that information back to me at any point, I will be grateful. You will have passage regardless. This is more a belief that you are men of your word, and that if you are able to shed light to me and help me, and perhaps help me fix this environment, I will be grateful.
Well, I give you my word that we will certainly try. I wouldn't promise anything I didn't believe we were up to a stranger, but I promise we will try.
I thank you. I'm not. People have a misconception of me. Those that know of my existence, they believe me to be something of evil, of destruction, of torment, they are scared of me. They're scared of what is different. That is not me. I wish no harm to anyone. I'm the warden of these woods, but I do not decide what happens here. I simply look to protect them. If you offer me no harm to me or my areas, then I beseech nothing bad to you. So, safe journeys, safe travels, and if you can send word, I would appreciate it. Make an insight check for me as well after having that conversation. You can just see a hint of desperation on this person's face. You can't tell, he doesn't look like he's even a human anymore, an elf or whatever fate which was. He's something completely different. He's been here for so long, his life force is stuck in like this forest. And he's desperate. And you think that just from the conversation that he's just had with you, that there's clearly been some old wives' tale, whether it's within Skarnus or within wherever it is, about this Warden of Thorns that, if you go into the Gravewood, he's going to kill you. And that may have been the case 1,000 years ago when he was less desperate, and maybe he was trying to, as people would come through, he would blackmail them or ambush them and try to get them to help fix things. And as time has gone on, he's realized that approach hasn't worked. He has changed, and now he is just desperate, and he just wants to fix what's going on here. He has no idea how to. He is clearly unknowing, but he wants to find some way of fixing what's happened. And he's desperate.
Have you seen anyone else traverse these woods recently, Warden?
There was a group of dwarves that came through. It's hard. Time to me is different. It was at least some months ago, but it could have been years ago. But nothing recently. The dwarves came through, they did not return. I can only assume that they passed.
And your people and your family, they're not here
They have been
anymore?
gone. No, I am the only one that remains.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I believe you.
Well, then I won't waste your time anymore. We'll be on our way, and we'll be doing our best to keep the Gravewoods in mind.
Safe travels, and just remember that you walk through a place of danger, and you're in a place where when the stone broke, the roots of the world screamed. So just keep your wits about you. The next person you encounter will most likely not be as gentle as me.
I believe you too.
Okay. So you continue on through the Gravewood as the mist just picks up and he disappears once again into the mist and allows you to continue on your journey. As you wander, because it's a few hours you've now wandered through the Gravewood, I need one more set of perception checks from everyone. But at this point, the wood has the mist has got extremely thick, so these will be with disadvantage. As the mist is now, you can't see further than about 10 feet in front of you. Perception or performance yet? So we've got we got a nat 1, a 4, a 2, and a 3.
What about my boy Aurak though?
Yeah, I will. He just has to make his standard because he is. He would have an advantage for knowing these places. Perception.
Ooh.
So as you're all walking through with Auric leading the way, you walk for a little while and you guys can't see 5 feet in front of you. It is literally just this thick white fog. And Auric is probably about 10 feet ahead. And you hear him say, "Gentlemen, keep your wits about," and in silence.
Auric?
Sorry?
Auric, are you okay?
You don't get a response.
Oh, no.
Can I see these three? Are we that close?
You three have you could see Auric, and then the mist just disappeared into the mist. And the three of you could probably see like the arm of Yeg. Like you can see a little bit of glint of light. You can't see further than 10 feet in front of you. This is like almost darkness, but it's the opposite because it's so bright white. But you can just about see parts of them.
I reach out and put my hand into the sort of pant slip of Zarlok and hold on to him and say, "Yeg, hold on to JAFF and don't let go.
Okay.
If we get split up, just stay together." And I'm sort of stood behind Zarlok, but holding him. Like I'm tied to his back.
Yeah. Are you guys continuing towards where Auric just was?
Yeah.
All right. As you head a further 5 feet forward, you take a few more steps forward. You see these. You see the crimson red first of Auric's like armor cloak, and you see. He's looking directly ahead, you see it, and you look down, you realize that his feet aren't on the floor. He's being levitated aloft at least 5, maybe almost 7, 8 feet at this point. As you look up to where his head would be, he is being completely enveloped at his head by a bubble of mist that has basically wrapped around his head and just started to lift him up off the ground. and you see these spheres of mist in the distance, not as in just past him, start to surge towards you all. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
First time we've done this in a while.
Yeah, I know, it's been
I
a
know.
little bit.
I'm going to say I don't actually have a map for you guys because this isn't like. Hang on, let me remove all turns in here.
Yeah,
I'm going to put in your tokens real quick
I wanna
so you can just
redo mine.
use yourself. But this is all going to be very theatre of the mind because I can't really explain this in a dungeons crawl setting. 1 sec. So click on your tokens and go from there.
Oh, I
as
didn't
if-
click on my fucking token. How did you just roll a nat 1?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, right. What the fuck?
The craziest
He
roll.
rolls with advantage because of
No, fuck off.
I can't even. Oh, 16. Okay, amazing.
Okay, and then let me just quickly. JAFF, you see this basic sphere of mist moving towards you. It's probably about 10 feet away. What do you do?
Fuck, I don't know. Oh, well,
shit.
someone's got to figure out if this is. I mean, what the fuck this even is.
Fog, did you say? The mist.
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna take on my form of dread. Do I have to move to get closer to it?
5-10 feet forwards. You have well within your movement.
Yeah, I'll move within 5 feet of it, and I don't know. Wait. Do I want to move 5 feet within it? Is there any point in me trying to hit this fog? Probably not. I don't know.
Probably not.
Can I use a free action to make a check of whether or not this fog is like fucking actually something, or if this is like a magical fog?
What check would you like to make?
Can I make deception, please?
No. what check do you think is appropriate here? You can tell me. It could be perception, it could be investigation, it could be arcana, it could be like a survival check. It could be whatever you think is appropriate. I'll allow perception. I'll allow perception. You roll it flat for me.
With disadvantage again.
Wait, look at it.
I'm gonna use my heroic inspiration.
Okay.
Right, brilliant. Go fucking kill myself.
You look at it, and I mean, you rack your brain. You've never heard of like a monster made of mist or anything like that. You're unsure quite what the actual like origins of this thing is, but you do look at it as basically just formed of the mist around you. And you even notice that actually as it started to move towards you, it had to go like through a branch of a tree, and it did just move through the branch of the tree, like it wasn't even there. Like it just was like very much how when you become incorporeal, it just moved through and just carried on going.
Is it seemingly like, so when I look to my left and right, is it kind of coming is it coming out of something specifically, or is it like as far as I can see left and as far as I can see right?
Well, you can't really see any further than like 15 feet away. Everything like you could, the trees that are within 15 feet you can see. You know there are trees further than that you can't see them because the mist is so thick. These are coming towards you, but you can't tell where their origin was from.
I'm going to take the dash action and I'm going to run 30 feet to the right.
30 feet to the right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move 33 to the... You can move up to 60 if you want. You have dash action, don't you?
I know, but... So I'm going to take it and move 30 feet to the right. Does it just seem like this mist the whole time I'm running to the right extends off that way?
Yes. You move 30 feet to the right. You are still within the same sort of mist where... Within, you can only see 15 feet around you.
Yeah, no, but the fog specifically goes all the way out to the, like, what I'm trying to discern is this literally just coming like, is this coming super far left, super far right, or have I like got around the fog?
No, you're still within the fog by maybe 30 feet, and you look around. You are still, like the fog extends in these directions for a while. You can't tell exactly how far, but at least another 60 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna run 30 feet back then to the group, and I'm gonna say this kind of extends out that way. I've got no idea how to help Orek here. And I'm just going to take on my former dread to give me some temp HP and, I don't know, fucking hold my breath until my next round.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Zarlok, you're up. There is a mist coming towards you. So there are 2 mists total that have started to move towards you guys in the party. Zarlok and GILDOR are together. One's moving towards you. And YEG and JAFF, one's also moving towards you. Zarlok, it's your go. There is a piece of mist coming towards you about 10 feet away. And Orek is currently being... Basically, imagine like he's got a helmet of mist that is lifting him up into the air.
No, that wouldn't work. Oh, bruv. What is... So, just a ball of like mist is coming towards me.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like a fucking wall of mist, though, isn't it?
No, there is actual mist around all of you, and there are these like spheres of like a more silvery mist that are coming towards you that seem to have some sort of being.
Wait, so when I ran 30 feet to the right, I couldn't see these spheres of mist? No.
Well, you couldn't see them anymore. They were back where they were. Yeah, you left them.
Oh, right. Oh.
You are in a misty forest. Yeah, you are in a foggy, misty forest. Like you can't see further than 10 feet apart in front of you. It started off at ankle deep when you first got in there, and it built and built and built. There are now these actual physical spheres of like this silvery, foggy mist that seem to have like a bit of a structure to them that were moving towards you.
Can I lob a rock at it?
You can indeed. Make an attack roll for me. Just give me a strength check. Actually, just give me a strength check. You lob a rock and it goes straight through the center and flies through. The mist parts for a second and then refalls back into its circle.
Run! I'm gonna open the hole and get in it.
Okay, you open the hole and you
Fuck, it stings like piss in here. Fuck's sake. Right. And then I'm gonna pull a fucking Vietnam thing and just slide it on over the top of it.
Cool. So Zarlok is hidden in his hole.
Wait. Pause game.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm doing some quick. Right, okay. Game, go ahead. I've got in the hole and I've pulled the rock over.
Cool. Yeg, you're up.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna cast True Strike on one of these, or looking at one of these fucking dudes. Dudes being the mist. What does that tell me?
Ooh.
Nice. So you realize that the target's defenders means that it is immune to all physical attacks for a start. Like you slash at it, you punch at it, you stab at it, whatever you can do, no chance. You realize that most evocation magic would also just pass directly through, like a firebolt, like lightning, like putting an element through it.
Yeah.
And you also realize that it has no psychic functions, i.e. you can't try and enchant it or control it using enchantment magic or like any sort of psychic based attacks.
Yeah.
I'll say though that you do think that, just from understanding it, that if you have a way, if you can think of some way to, in essence, completely disperse this sphere of mist in one fell swoop,
Interesting.
it won't reform, or at least it will take a lot longer to reform.
Okay. Well, shit. That's not a bonus action, so fuck. I don't know. Let me have another quick browse through. Okay. Does vicious mockery? No, it's an action. Don't even worry about it. No, I can't do anything else then. Shit. Yeah.
Do you want to inspire anyone before you?
Yeah, then
before
let me inspire my boy Gil. Hey Gil, you got this, buddy.
Cool. Gildor's got one inspiration.
Yeah,
Bardic Die. Yes, you done, yeah?
that is me done.
All right, it's the Mist's turn. So the one that is already around Auric is going to go another 10 feet up into the air. So Auric is now about 20 feet off the ground. And also, actually, anyone that wants to make a quick perception check.
I will make a perception check.
It's fine, it's not a high DC. It's looking like Auric can't breathe within the mist. You know, he's like gasping for air in there. You know, but he can't bring any in. So the first one is to move Auric up. The other two, one is going to move towards you, Gil, and the other one is going to move towards you, Jaff. I need you both to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Is that due to the not breathing fact?
What, the save?
Yeah.
Make it and I'll tell you.
Well, I'm just telling you that I don't need to breathe. So.
That's fine, but make it regardless.
Okay, fine.
Jaff, as the mist tries to wrap around your head, you just manage to sort of duck out of the way and keep it just off of your head. Whereas Gildor, unfortunately, it begins to wrap around your head and you feel like almost like your head's underwater in this thick mist and you begin to float 10 feet up off the ground. You now are silenced, so you're unable to use you cast spells with verbal components, and also restrained as you are lifted 10 feet off the ground.
Brilliant.
I should have actually said you've got you have your bardic actually. Sorry, if you wanted to use it, I'd just give you the option.
That is also true, and I'm fucking definitely gonna use that. What is
I think
what's
it's an
your bardic?
8. It's a +8. I'm fairly certain.
A D8.
Yeah, D8. Sorry.
14. The DC is 14, so you just about managed to fight off this mist wraith trying to cover your head. The other one obviously has taken Auric up 20 feet now, though.
Oh, jeez.
Gildor, you are up.
Okay. If I cast Prestidigitation, in the notes of Prestidigitation, it says with it comes a gust of wind, like a puff of wind. Would you rule that as enough to sort of try and puff the mist off of, like, Auric's head?
I will rule that you can make an Arcana check, and if I deem that you've beat the DC, it will be enough.
It's worth a go.
Prestidigitation, and you use your knowledge as a wizard to actually almost flavor up the spell and change it ever so slightly, so that the gust of wind is less concentrated and more wide, and being enough to be the exact diameter of this mist wraith. It flies through and it disperses the mist completely, and Auric falls down 20 feet. We'll make a quick dex save for him just so he doesn't. And lands prone but no damage. That is your action. Anything else you like to do on your turn?
Has Zarlok moved? Did Zarlok move from where I was?
He jumped into he put his hole on the ground, jumped into it, and covered it with a rock.
Fucking idiot. I'm gonna just sprint at Auric. Like, I'm just gonna run over to him.
Cool, you run over to Auric. Jaff, we're up.
All right. Well, can I just pick the hole up?
The hole?
Yeah, Zarlok's hole.
I
don't see
believe
why
so. Yeah, you can.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got to presumably book it out of here, haven't we? If Gil can help Auric, then yeah, I'll just pick up the whole dash and just book it in the other direction.
So you're just running just forward basically with.
Well, we can't hit this thing, can we? I got confused last turn. I was going to try and go to the source of it, but I got confused. I feel like are we just booking it, boys? Can I use a free action just to say boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we've got to get the fuck out of
you grab the hole that Zarlok's in, and you just start booking its full 60 feet movement. I'm going to put you over here just so it's done. Cool. Zarlok, you've also been dragged with him. You staying in the hole? You get out of the hole? What's your vibe?
I currently have 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the hole before I suffocate. So I'm going to move the rock and peek out to see what I could see. Because I've not seen anything so far. What can I see?
Peeking out, you now see that you've moved. You were next to Gil. You no longer are. You see Jaff holding onto your hole and dragging you about 40 feet diagonally behind you. You see Gil and Auric, and about 60 feet back from where you came from, you see Yeg.
Are we running?
Yes. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to climb out of the hole, fold it up nicely, put it back in my pocket and start running.
Cool. So you move. I'm going to now say that you are up here. Yeg, up to you. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm just getting the F out because I got nothing that could. Yeah, I'd
Because you're doing a dash. Going
yeah,
out to
I'd
where Jaff
rather
is.
dash than use an action to do anything else.
Cool. You're gone. The Wraiths are going to have one last go at Gil and Auric. So I need
I did forget about Auric, but
a Constitution saving throw from Gildor and from Auric.
How about fuck off, DM? That's got to be
15. You both managed to just stave off the mist wraiths, and that is their go done. Gil, you're up. Sorry.
I am just dash action.
Yeah.
In a safe direction, out of the forest, sort of with everyone. Like, I'm not running off on my own, obviously. With the
Yeah. At this point, you've now got enough of a distance between everyone. Auric follows you, and these mist wraiths are too far away to come after you again. And you guys sprint full speed ahead for a good 30 seconds, and eventually you make it through the edge of the Gravewood, and you are now at a clearing. And you finally see Skarnus, really and truly. The actual part of Skarnus. You are out of the Gravewood. You are literally probably up about here-ish on the map. And you've successfully managed to get out of a very dangerous encounter because you had no real way of defeating. Running was the correct option there. And about 2 miles away, you see the Pale Teeth Mountains, and Zarlok, you are filled with feelings of good and bad memories, as for the first time in a couple of years, you see your home, where you grew up, the lands that you grew up on and travelled through and fought on, laughed on, drank on, made friends and lived. And as you look up to the mountains that house your father, your old clan members, and also where your grandfather is buried, we are going to end our session there.
Good app, very good app.
Nice to get back in the swing of things. I very much enjoyed having some dwarven stuff.
Yeah, made very good progress there, actually.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Agreed.
That was good.